It's a good way to get back on the horse, Richard. How pleased are you with the performance first and foremost?
Yeah, we're pleased. You know, we don't think we're entirely where we need to be at this moment in time. But at the same time, you know, I'm in acknowledgement of Salford's situation too. I think that would have been a difficult preparation for them, and compounded by, you know, losing Kenny CEO, and then I think they lost Chris Atkin as well. So that would have, you know, that would have taken a fair bit out of them, I reckon, this week. But concentrating on our fellas, we certainly made some improvements. You know, the penny dropped about the errors. You know, I thought we played very, very controlled in the first half and found a good formula. And I thought the second half, we had a couple of back-to-back errors, and you can see how quick the momentum swings and the pressure it puts on your defence. But some improvements in our contact, some improvements in our discipline, one penalty in the last sort of 5 minutes of the game, certainly improvement in our marker work. So some real basic things in there that, you know, when you throw them all together, can roll up into a better performance. And I think, as always, too, we do feel if we get enough of the ball, we have got some points in us.
You mentioned, you know, a lot of simple things you worked on, and the game plan. I mean, it just seemed that you were too quick for Salford. Certainly in that first half, Cruz got out of dummy half a lot, and the forwards just got on a roll. Was it simply a case of run hard, get Cruz out, and get on a roll from there? Is that simply what you did tonight?
Yeah, just think, simplify it a bit. I think that's the way the game's going a bit, coming from your own end. You know, you don't need to sort of overcomplicate it anymore. You know, if you can sort of get through the middle, our back five played a big job for us tonight. You know, carrying the ball and got us on the front foot a little bit and played pretty quick through there. So yeah, it just enabled us to feel probably a bit fresher than we felt over the last couple of weeks when we've been tossing up some, you know, some poor errors and I guess some poor six again. So we managed to weather a couple tonight, momentum-wise. I conceded a couple of tries from kick plays, which, you know, we could have tidied up a little bit better. But on the whole, as you said, Matty, there, I think some of the little things, you know, do roll up into better performances, and we feel, you know, had some poor starts to games and been putting ourselves under a little bit too much pressure that we've not been able to sustain. Look, physically, you've got to be good. I think when momentum goes again here, and I think coming after the break and some guys having some time off and, you know, heaping pressure on yourselves does really, really test you, mate. So we just didn't want to do that tonight. You know, a little bit simplified things for us. And as I say, we said to them at half time, you're probably feeling like you've got a hell of a lot more, you know, running in your legs at this moment in time than we've felt over the last couple of weeks.
Richie Myler proved his value with the ball at fullback again tonight, didn't he?
Well, look, we've had two really experienced players come back in Rob Louis and Richie Myler. So, you know, really noticeable from the sideline when we know crowding. The amount of talk that Richie puts into the team is a great sort of pair of eyes for our 6 and 7 in how we get around the field. I think he's done a really good job as a fullback. I know he had a little blip tonight where he got the timing wrong for the try, but he also probably saved us a couple too. And you know, he's taught both on attack and defence. He gave a lot of value to our team tonight. You know, he's smart, he's durable, and he's attacked his utility role with us in a magnificent way, really. And he made a big difference to our team tonight.
You've put on another big score. I mean, before lockdown, you put a lot of big scores on teams. Against Huddersfield, you obviously rattled points off in quick succession. Is it encouraging for you that you are capable of putting all these scores on? Or likewise, is it a bit, you know, there's been some games where you've not found that fluency in attack? Would you be happy to find a bit of a happy medium in there somewhere, perhaps?
Yeah, possibly. Look, I think the games we haven't found the fluency were round one, which is an eternity away, and I thought we banished that pretty quickly. And then, you know, we got absolutely smashed by Saints. I don't think we'll be the only team to do that. And look, what we know, Matt, is still we're a team that we think we're building. We don't think we're where Saints are at the moment. Leeds are expected to be, and I guess it's my job over the next 12 months to make sure that we can get to that level. But we probably know that we're not quite there yet. I'd also say, you know, we had some changes to our spine with Jack Walker and Richie being out. Ash played out of position last week. Callum McLennan come in after not having much football too. Very, very difficult for a young player to have so long off and not have. So it did, I guess it did knock us about from that point of view. And we always feel that if we get enough share of possession and we're not committing those areas, that we have got some points in us. So yeah, mate, it's about, I guess, giving yourself a platform. And I think we will always encourage our team, to play in the style what has been a style renowned about Leeds for a long, long time. I think we've got a duty to try and do that.
Just finally for me, Conrad Hurrell didn't play. Bit of a hamstring. Harry came off. Were both of those decisions precautionary to take Harry off and not to play Conrad at all?
Well, certainly Conrad as well. We didn't want to take any risks, and we're back on again on Thursday. But at the same time, Liam Sutcliffe played really well last week, and and he's fit and fresh. So that wasn't too much of a tough decision for us really. Harry is hamstring, but it's really noticeable, guys, that Salford lost a couple of blokes tonight. The blokes pulling up. There's blokes. Harry's cramping up in his hamstring, so hopefully there's no real strain. So that were precautionary. We just don't want to leave him out there, and he's got his teammates yelling at him to take carries, and he gets in and takes a carry, and all of a sudden he pings his hamstring. But I think it's really noticeable, guys. I think there were a couple in the first game too that we are getting, with the increased speed of the game, the lack of preparation we've had with them. It is going to be an issue for us, and it is an issue at this moment. So yeah, we try and manage it as best we can, mate. But we're almost, I won't say accepting, but almost resigned to the fact that it could be an ongoing issue for the rest of this year, really.
Does it add a dimension to the argument about increased interchanges, do you think?
Look, I think putting the interchange up is actually a backward step for the game. I think our game should always have that element of attrition. But I think the fact it's being talked about, we're on about changing a rule on the back of a rule change. So I don't know if, we did talk about some of the issues that could potentially arise when we were debating whether the rules should come in or not, didn't we? After the break, we've talked about all this, decided to put the rules in, and now we're on about increasing the interchange. For me, I'm on the whole, long term, I'm absolutely against putting the interchange up, but I do feel from a circumstance perspective and a welfare perspective at this moment in time, probably for the betterment of the game too, I would put it up till the end of the year or look at what Barry Mack suggested around the 18th man scenario. I think they've got to at this moment.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Just one for me, Rich. What happened with Adam Cuthbertson? Was it a back spasm or something like that?
Yeah, spasm, mate. Yeah, he's laughing at himself in there. He's 35.
Yeah. I'm going to say nothing. I'm 41. My back must be knackered.
Trying to do a young man's job, mate. So, yeah, no, he's all right. He's having a little chuckle at himself. So he just back spasm, mate. So, touch wood. Nothing too serious that's come out. Richie took a heavy knock on the last play of the game, saving a try. He just got a bang in his ribs. Harry, again, his hamstring just cramping up, mate. So, touch wood. We're back on again on Thursday. So, yeah, nothing too major, hopefully.
Brilliant. Cheers, Rich. Thank you.
No worries, guys. Phil?
Rich?
Oh, Pete. Sorry, Pete. Yep.
Hi, Rich. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Rob Louis, obviously, very influential return after his couple of games out. He must have been happy with his effort.
Yeah. I think Rob's still got a bit to do physically. He's not where we'd actually like him to be at this moment in time. Given a couple of knocks he's had, it's kept him off his feet a bit. So he's still a little bit of work to do. But Rob's a vastly experienced player. I'm going to throw Richie into that too. I thought the experience, the talk, the understanding of what we needed to execute tonight were great. I thought we'd probably, more than we have done in the previous 3 games, set ourselves a better foundation and found a better formula on which to play, really. And it enabled our spine to take a lot more, a lot more control than they have done in previous weeks.